Hello and welcome to episode 10 in the Forever Stranded series. Episode 10, guys, we are really moving along. We're going to have several more episodes, of course, but this is a good milestone as well. So listen, there's a couple of things that's gone on between the episodes that I want to tell you about. The first thing is over here, I switched out the extra utilities furnace generator for a coal generator from Actually Additions. I'm hoping this will keep up a little bit better with the power usage over here because the extra utilities one was struggling a little bit. Anytime a tree grew, it would completely dump its power into that thing over there. So it just really wasn't working out for us. So I switched that out and I'm hoping this will hold up. Over here, we got this water setup going, and I don't know if I showed this, but I wanted to make sure that I did. We just got it connected to the main pipe over there, and I've got, of course, that set to round robin over there. So it dumps things into all of these different inventories in a sort of pattern. So stuff will go into there first, and then it'll go down the line, and then if it can't reach into any of those, or it's reached into those recently, it's going to throw stuff in here too. So occasionally this gets saplings, produces water at a somewhat slow rate. But that's something that we've got to take a look at in the future. Making a more permanent water situation would definitely help out in a lot of ways. The other thing that I did, let me take a look. I've got this Ender Lily growing on some Endstone. Now, of course, in this pack, there are dungeons, so you can go out and find stuff that way. But for Ender Lilies in particular, what you can do, and this is what I did, is I just grabbed myself some bone meal. Came out here to this big patch of grass that I've got growing, bone mealed it, and then broke the plants until I happened to get an Ender Lily. Now it took me a minute. I mean, like, I knew that this was possible, so I stuck with it. But if you didn't know, then you might wander away from this without giving it a fair shot. Because it took me, I think, almost two full stacks to get just one Ender Lily. And of course, the more of them they get, the better. And if Ender Lilies are growing on Endstone, then they do have a chance, a very small one, of producing a second seed. So as long as you keep that stuff growing, over time, of course, you will generate more crops with it that you can then plant on Endstone itself. And now, along with that, so I'm not going to really stick with this, the other thing that you need, of course, is the Endstone itself. And I haven't shown how to do that yet, so let me do that real quick. Oh, if I can get over this without killing myself. I added back in the cactus wall around my grounds, just as an extra way to kind of kill the spawns that come out after the night's over, you know, the ones that are remaining after. But let's head down here. We got to grab a couple of things for me to be able to show you this. So let me grab out a glowstone. We'll get to this in a second. And a bucket of lava, because this is how you do it in this pack. It's a thing from Ex Nihilo. So what you do is you have yourself your barrel right, put some lava in, hit it with glowstone, boom, you got Endstone. And then you just slap this down and you plant the Ender Lily on it like you would any other crop. So that just puts it on top of there, and slowly it grows. It definitely does not grow fast by any measure of that word. And it takes an actual like day-night cycle to be able to grow it. So if you got your time frozen, you're never going to get it to grow. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so the other thing that I did is over here, I made a couple of undeath generators. Now what these do is basically you put in rotten flesh, bones, there's a couple other things, I think skulls. Yeah, bone blocks, rotten flesh, yeah, skulls. That generates power from undeath resources. So I threw down a sag mill, put a couple of those together, and then I've been making bone meal and a couple of other things off of that. So that way we'd have some more resources to go around. Now the sag mill recipe fortunately has not changed. So that was just the normal Ender IO recipe, but I'll flash it up real quick. Obsidian, some iron, pistons, flint, nothing major at all. So I didn't feel bad about doing that one off camera. So let's take a look. There's a couple of quests that we can get finished right off the bat here, and I'm wanting to get this done for sure. I think tool rod, shovel, pickaxe. Let's take a look here. Take a pow. Yep. Yep. Pickaxe, shovel, tool rod. Alright, so we're gonna throw in the pickaxe, and I think obsidian's on the bottom already. Yep. Go ahead and get that. And then we'll wait for that to firm up and go down into the chest. Alright, fantastic. We'll go ahead and get that too, and we'll put the shovel out. I just gotta double check that this is a shovel and not like an excavator head or something like that. Alright, and I think, yeah, I actually still have some in there. Obsidian does really not take that much to make the parts out of. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Put that down here and throw that back down. So that's that quest done. And look at these rewards. They're quite nice. They are quite nice. So then we can move on to this, where we can get an iron toolkit, which will add a modifier to tools that we've got going. And over here, we have a choice of several different rewards. None of which are particularly good, honestly. Probably going to take either the Mending Moss or the Silky Jewel, just to give myself a little bit better shot at some of the tools, but honestly I could make either of those quite easily. The Epic Bacon would be the hardest thing to make. Maybe the Diamond Apple, I'm not sure. I'll think about that for a second once we start getting that direction. The other one that I wanted to create really quick, let me take a look here. Yeah, the meaty stew. We got that stuff rolling, so we can go ahead and do that as well. I'm just going to put these back in here for now, and I'll sort stuff out for that later. By the way, this chest plate, look at that armor value. Plus 2 armor toughness, plus 8 armor versus like the protection 2 chest plate that we're wearing now. This thing almost on its own. Yeah, look at that. Look at the armor values changing down below here. It's so much better. And it doesn't even have enchantments on it. But that's definitely something that I'm interested in, so that we can go and run some dungeons. Because that's something that I want to do. I definitely don't have the gear for it. Let's go ahead and pop that too. Nether brick fence, you know, not a great reward. Not a great reward. And what was I thinking? What was I on? Oh yeah, the meaty stew. That's what I was doing. So we're going to come over here. And we're going to look through. And where is it? Meaty. There we go. Boom, got that crafted. Basic survival. Complete. Oh, and then we need 5 hearty stews and a mushroom stew. Hearty stew is gonna be a problem, I think. That one's got a few more ingredients to it. Yeah, but you do get 5 of them if you can make it. I don't think I have enough raw meat for it. No, I don't. Well, you know, I say that, and I might, if I can get over here to my these things without dying. Oh yeah, look at this. Go ahead and collect this leather too. Hoo! Hoo! That was close. That was close. Alright, let's throw this meat in here. Now do we have enough for a hearty stew? Garden, gravy, grilled mayo. No, we don't. What are we missing? Let's take a look here. Cooked meat, a carrot. I bet we don't have any baked potatoes. Yeah, we don't have any baked potatoes. Okay, well that's easy to do. Let's just go ahead and slap this in here real quick. I try to reserve the RF furnaces for like if there's a lot of stuff that I need done, so I can kind of set it and forget it. Okay, so then let's throw this in here. And now let's find that recipe again. Mushroom, meaty, mayo. No, what else are we missing? Do we have 3 brown mushrooms? I guess we've got 5 of those. We've got flour, baked potato, a carrot. We definitely have cooked meat. Is it the 5 bowls? I guess I don't actually have 5 bowls in there. Gosh. That's something that should have been obvious. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down. We'll get 4 more bowls. Throw those inside there. And then let's make this meaty stew. Hearty stew. But it's still not there. Huh. And they're definitely sorted by name, so... Does it have to be... No? Venison, turkey, steak, cooked chicken, cooked fish, cooked salmon, mutton. Okay, carrot, baked potato, flour, mushrooms. I guess I can double check if we have flour. We definitely do. We definitely have flour. We've got cooked meat in the chicken here. We've got raw meat. 5 bowls, 3 mushrooms, have a carrot, have a baked potato. Let's just take this stuff out. Maybe it's just not letting us do it inside this thing for whatever reason. 5 bowls and a carrot. I'm gonna have to put some stuff up here though. My inventory's pretty full of all of this stuff that I've been messing around with. Okay, and then we'll take out a raw chicken, and then also flour. Come over here to the crafting table. I'm going to put all the stuff in the same area here just so we can see what's going on. Oh! I see what's going on. We need a cauldron. What's a cauldron? Is it just like, is it honestly just a Minecraft cauldron? Or is this thing? I don't know. What does this come from? Better with mods? Okay, so it's one of the better with mods cauldrons. What is this? What is this thing? Well, it's certainly not hard to make. Let me, is this a bucket? Okay, so let me do this. We're gonna make this thing real quick and see what's up. So we got that, then we'll need a bone. Do I have any in here still? No, I moved them all down, of course. So let's jump down here real quick. Grab ourselves a bone. And then... Oh, good. You can make it out of copper. Gosh, if I can make it out of any metal besides iron, I'm going to. Iron's the one that we are running out of. Throw that in there. It was 7, right? And a bone and that. Alright. Now I'm unfamiliar with this thing. I've never ever used this before. But I'm going to imagine that this works like, oh, like the old thing from Thaumcraft? Thaumcraft, maybe. Where you have to heat this thing. I don't know, gosh, it's been a long time since I've thought about it. So let's throw that down. And then we're just going to put this on top of it. Anything? Now let's throw all this stuff in here and see if it goes. Lots of interesting recipes. Tan cut leather, filament, heating element. Lots of stuff to look at here. There's the hearty stew. How do you heat this thing? Stoat cauldron? Does it just take time? It's got a little something circling there. Kinda looks like a skull, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Give me a second to play with this, and I'll be back once I figured something out about it. Well, guys, I finally got it up and running. Turns out you had to do netherrack on the fire underneath. That's how you actually get it to turn on. But tragedy has struck. For some reason, it did not make the recipe that I wanted. Instead, it made this chicken soup, and it also turned the flour into bread. I'm not super sure what's going on there, because we've got these cauldron recipes, and I mean, clearly, if I go over far enough, you can see that the meaty hearty stew is one of the recipes here, and it does require those items. So I'm not sure why it would have done all these other different things instead of making the one thing that I actually wanted. And of course, there's also a side for stoked cauldron, but I'm not sure what the difference there would be. So because this doesn't cook anything unless it has fire underneath it. But then it so clearly cooked things that were not what I was after. So we're going to leave that one for the moment. We're going to take a look at it later and see if we can come up with why it was doing that at a different time. So let's see. An engineer's toolbox. That shouldn't be very hard to make, and then we can move into some of this other stuff. That also should not be hard to make. Let's take a look at that wooden generator. That's one that I am interested in because the progressive automation stuff is kind of cool, so I wouldn't mind having some more of that going on. Wooden capacitor, gen. There we go. Wooden generator. That's a hefty redstone cost because that's a full block, and I think this is 2. But that's not too difficult. So let's see if we can go ahead and get this one knocked out. Gonna need 6 logs. And what else? I think there's some gold in this. Iron and gold. Iron's at a premium right now. As crazy as that sounds. I mean, I could just push out more materials, but iron is at a premium for me. Pushing out more materials is boring. What I really need to do is sort out a power system and start getting some auto hammering and auto sieving going on, but I just can't be on that for whatever reason. It's just not what I'm interested in at all right now. Mostly because I know that I need to do it with friggin' lava because it's the best starter in my mind. And I'm trying really hard not to rely on lava this time. Oh, I guess I need to make the core first, huh? I can't really make the single bit. So let's grab ourselves out 6 and then 2 gold. Throw this right here, this up around here, and we got the engine. Then we put the furnace in there with that, and then put this there, and boom, we got ourselves a wooden generator. So that's that quest done. So let's claim that reward, and then iron RF for simple yet effective off of stone RF. Stone generator. Let's see here. There's a lot of stuff that responded to that. Weird. Oh, well, I'm gonna guess some wood. So let's take a look here. It's a wooden one, but this time with any kind of smooth stone, I'm guessing, and another RF engine. And did we need just one of them or 2 of them? What's the story there? Need 2 of them and you get a 3rd one. Well, honestly, that's still not very hard to make. We need 14 here. We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. And I'm gonna need 2 more blocks of redstone, 6 more iron times 2, 12. Alright. Oh, I should have just put the 1 back. Why did I do that? Okay, so 18 redstone. We'll snap over here real quick. Whoop. Get ourselves 2 more blocks of that. Get ourselves 4 gold. And then 12 iron. And we'll see how this is coming along. Got enough for at least one of them. Oh, right, I need to make the engines first. Come on now. Can't be making the same mistakes over and over again. That's just not good for us. And that, and then we need the smooth stone all the way around, right? Yep, there's our first one. So we'll put that in there. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And then let's put this around here, and boom, 2 stone generators, which are actually not bad. I'm led to believe that their power output is actually quite nice for being what they are. Okay, so we got that. We can see up here there's a Sterling one, extreme power. That looks like extreme reactors. So the iron one is make 3 iron generators, and that one doesn't even offer a reward. That's just going into other things. This one's a furnace and a culinary generator, and we get all this stuff? That doesn't look like it's a choice. Oh, I could have got 8 iron spikes that way. That would have been nice. So that's a lot of iron that went into making those spikes, because you have to make 3 swords, and then there's 3 more in a full block. But it's also got an item placeholder, which means that we wouldn't get a reward for doing it right now. We could also do some more creating a life stuff, or we could start getting into this, but I don't know. AE2 is such a big thing. Basics down, redstone servo, light engineering block, 10 wire connector. You know, these aren't bad, I don't think. Let's take a look at that too. Redstone servo. Yeah, 4 redstone and an iron. Let's do this. Let us do this. So we're gonna grab. I'm just gonna take a whole stack for the moment, because I get the feeling that some of the stuff is going to use redstone other than this one item I'm trying to make. Grab out the iron and take a look here. 4 redstone in the corners, 1 iron in the middle. Boom, got that part down. What else? A light engineering block. Light engineering block. 3 copper, iron mechanical component. So basically we need copper. Let's take that. Get that. Was it? And then like that. Yeah, we need 2 of those actually. Boop. And then that, and was the other bits iron? Sure was. Boom, got our light engineering blocks, and then what was the last thing? A 10 wire connector. Oh, that's a 10 wire relay. There's a connector. Rubber. Rubber I have not gone into at all. Sticky resin. Propolis. Well, we're gonna have to leave that quest for the moment, 'cause I have not even begun to get into stuff related to industrial crafts, so we'll have to set that one to the side again for a moment, and we'll come back to that. So yeah, let me look around a little bit. I'm gonna try to find something else that we can get done. We might start working on power. I feel like that's what we need to do. So give me a second to get some stuff set together, figure out exactly how I want to place this, and then we will be back. And here we go. I built another little platform off the side of the building, much like the other ones that I designed over there, but this one's going to be for power generation. I'm not sure if I want to keep the same theme as I did over here, like maybe I'll change out the flooring and the walls. But for now, I was getting a little long on the episode, so I just wanted to go ahead and get this down so that I could call it for today. But listen, we got a good power source here. I built 2 more undeath generators, thrown some rotten flesh into them, and I also built a basic capacitor bank and put it in the middle. You can see that it has a storage of 1,000,000 RF, and we're going to fill that up. Now for the moment, because the cables are certainly at a premium because they're so hard to make, and I'm low on materials for certain things, I think that we're going to charge up the capacitor, and then if we need to, maybe we'll move the capacitor around to power various machines until we are good on that, or until we get a better power source. And what I'm going to do pretty immediately in the next episode is we're going to work on getting some auto breaking of materials. Like all this stuff that I do over here, you can have automatically done, and I'd like to do that. So we're going to be doing an auto compressor to turn stuff into a compressed material, an auto sieve, and then also an auto hammerer, so that it'll break stuff down, then turn it into the materials that you get out of sieves, and then combine those materials up from the sieves and put them into a storage drawer array. And that's also probably something that's just going to go inside this block. Like, this is power generation, and for now it's also going to be like a machine room. But anyways, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed the episode. Despite some minor setbacks, we did get a couple of really big things accomplished today, so that's quite nice. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like below. It's very important to me to see those. It really keeps me going. I promise you it helps. And also, if you have never been here before and want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, because we will be doing a lot more of this in the future. We have a lot of quests to take down still. Anyways, I will see you in the next episode.